Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. I'm Chris Phillips, host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Got a packed show, got a lot to get into here on a Thursday. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Hope you're doing well, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Again, guys, you can call that number, text that number, whatever you like. Again, and taking your questions also in the comments as always. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And yes, we are connected to the wrong mic because guess what? The mic's not even plugged in. How about that? See, that's why I like you guys. That's why I love you guys, because you guys will tell me. Did not set the Mac back up from our live show at 10 last.
There we go. All right, we should be good. Anyways, we can try that again. The Daily Crow, Thursday, August the 19th, 2021. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Yes, we are connected to the correct mic now. Like I said, we had our live show last night at 10 Roof. I'll be honest, yours truly was exhausted, was totally washed, and did not plug the mic back in when I got back into the studio. So now we should be good. Back to the normal microphone. And again, guys, we're off to a hot start here on a Thursday. Yes, Heath, I agree, because you pay a lot of money for this expensive equipment. You better use it, right? You better use it. So again, appreciate you all tuning in, folks, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. I see Brack, Sean O'Brien, Tanner Land, my guy. What's up, man? Great to see you last night. Travie, Ryan Hobby, Lindsey Heath, Brennan M. Everybody, the whole gang is here. Going to appreciate you all tuning in, guys. We got a lot to get into here on a Thursday. Before we do, though, I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And, guys, they both left to start their own law firm, guys, because they understand you're not just a line item. You're not just a number. You're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys, they're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accident and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. You've been involved in any type of accident, no matter what it may be. The last thing you should be worried about is paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the folks over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide, guys. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, our friends are at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Also, guys, as you remember last week, we gave away 2 tickets to South Carolina's season opener, thanks to our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. I'm very excited and very proud to announce we will be doing that again. We have 2 more tickets to give away to the September 4th season opener, the beginning of the Shane Beamer era at Williams-Brice Stadium. I will be posting the details later today on Instagram. These giveaways are run exclusively through Instagram, folks. And the reason is that's where Dason and Shalabi Law Firm obviously wants to focus, growing their business, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're not on Instagram, I don't know, create an Instagram account, but we'll be doing exactly what we did a couple of weeks ago. We're giving away 2 more tickets to the September the 4th game against EIU. Again, guys, I'll post that probably a little bit later today. And the plan is to give away those tickets and pick a winner Friday, August the 27th. So, again, if you need tickets to the opener, if you know somebody that needs tickets, we got a pair of tickets to give away. I can tell you guys, the seats, they are awesome. They are awesome. Section 20, row 11, a pair of seats, pair of tickets, section 20, row 11. So great seats for that first game. I mean, I think like right there at the 50-yard line, you really can't beat it. Lower levels. So again, we will be giving away a pair of tickets for the first game. Details dropping later. That is a giveaway exclusively through Instagram. Exclusively through Instagram. So if you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, whatever it might be, literally just go create an Instagram for the giveaway. So, so really excited for that. And I appreciate our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm for making that possible. Also, guys, I do want to start this off by saying thank you to everyone who came out to Tin Roof last night. We had a phenomenal time. It was incredible. It's so awesome to see. I feel like the shows, they get better and better and better each and every single week. The crowds get better each and every single week as well. So, again, thank you guys for your love and support. All those that tuned in digitally as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Really, we had a great time. Pops Frisbee, Corey Miller, truly appreciate those guys coming out. Also, I appreciate Corey Spigner, my guy Talon, my guy Grassi, everybody that works there. Incredible stuff, man. It's been awesome, and I can't wait to see where this goes the rest of the season and beyond. It's going to be a really, really good time. If you're ever in the city, in the Vista, we're live from Tin Roof each and every single Wednesday, 5 to 7. And again, of course, great guests joining me as well. It's a really, really good time. Like I said, guys, I truly appreciate the love and support. You guys coming out there. Really, really successful show last night. And again, I do want to say I apologize for not getting to quite as many questions and comments the last couple of shows. When you've had guests that we're having great conversation, it's a little tougher to get every single question. But again, thank you all so much for coming out. Seriously, it's a great time, and it's truly a blessing. I don't take it for granted. I'll never take it for granted, a blessing that we even get to go out to a venue like Tin Roof and talk Gamecocks and put on a show for the people in attendance. It's truly incredible. So again, thank you to those who tuned in, who came out and supported. Really, really great stuff. And I can't wait to see how this thing evolves as we go throughout this 2021 season and beyond as well. Hope, what's going on? Sean O'Brien, what happened at the Vista Chipotle? What happened? I don't know. I saw Barstool Gamecocks tweet something. Did something happen? I have no idea. I truly have no idea. If you guys want to fill me in, I would love to hear it. But whatever. So you guys want to fill me in, be my guest. Anyways, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377, guys. Quick reminder, podcast did drop this morning, episode 482, talking Gamecocks, kickers, and punters. Yes, showing the specialists some love before we get to defense starting next week. Also, guys, did talk a little bit about fall camp. Just some of the things happening, and more so, I talked about the specifics from camp, but more so I think the big picture. And I've gotten to the point of the preseason, guys. Again, I'm not going to apologize for giving an unfiltered, honest opinion. I've gotten to the point of the preseason where I'm trying to temper expectations just a little bit with people, because I'm seeing a lot of people talk about 7, 8, God forbid, more wins than that. And the things you're seeing in fall camp, again, this is going to be a very, roller coaster type of season, I feel like, in Shane Beamer's first year. You're still ripping the Band-Aid off of the previous regime. You're still changing the culture. So all I'm saying is just keep perspective. 6-6, you get to a bowl game, it's a great season, because call it what it is. It's been a very auspicious start to fall camp. From Luke Doty's injury to Zeb Norland, a GA, suiting up and taking snaps, to the Karan Prunty situation, to Cam Smith having an injury, to Kevin Harris having a back issue, to Rick Sandage being out longer than expected. It's been a very strange start to camp. It really has. So, it's going to be an interesting year. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be a very interesting year. I'm not saying not going to be a successful year. I feel good about my pick at 6-6, which would be a very successful year in Shane Beamer's first season. But I'm just trying to keep perspective. Hey, guys, Shane Beamer is having to work through some things with this roster and this football team. So have some patience. Let him do his thing. Let's not set the bar way, way too high in Shane Beamer's first year. Let's keep perspective and keep expectations realistic, while also keeping that same excitement, that same optimism, that same positivity. That's all I'm saying. So let's see. Yeah, where did Ty Lockwood commit? I'm assuming he didn't commit to South Carolina, because if he did, I'm sure we'd see it all over the timeline. I think it was noon Central, by the way. I think noon Central. Yes, noon Central. So 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central. So he'll be committing right as we get off of here. Let's see. Doc, appreciate you. People don't realize the work it takes to run a show like this, especially. Doc, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. It is a grind for sure. I mean, I would never complain. I love it, man. I'm extremely blessed to do what I do. It is a grind for sure, but I appreciate the kind words, Doc. Thank you, man. I appreciate the love and support. Seriously. Matthew Jones, do you have the same feeling that when Beamer speaks, it's not fake? He's not going to sugarcoat anything, and unlike old Muschamp, you can take his word to the bank. Corey Miller said it as well. To this point, Shane Beamer has not lied to anybody. He's done exactly what he said he was going to do. And, yeah, he comes off as being real, being genuine. I think that's just Shane Beamer. That's the type of dude that he is. I'm surprised nobody's asked about what the whiteboard means, by the way. It's I don't know. You guys just kind of like let the whiteboard just run wild at this point. Tanner Land, why is Shane Beamer not going to be at Wild Wing Cafe? Well, Tanner, the reason is because Wild Wing didn't renew their contract or whatever to host Carolina Calls. So now it's going to be at Backstreet's Grill on Divine, which I'll actually be there in attendance. Probably going to be sitting with my good buddy Kirk there. But, going to be back at Backstreets for Carolina Calls and looking forward to that because, again, I'd be tuned in covering it anyways, tweeting out comments, stuff like that. So I figure, hey, why not? It's a good chance to get out of the house, get out in the city, go mingle, meet people, shake hands. Hey, if you want to talk some Carolina football, I will be at Carolina Calls tonight. Going to be a good time. But, yeah, the reason it's not at Wild Wing is because, Tanner, that's something like anything else where there's a contract, there's an agreement between USC and the venue, and I guess they just didn't want to renew it. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of surprised they didn't, to be honest with you. Brack says, I agree it's going to be different. We're going to take our lumps this year. I'd love to see more, but 6-6 is a great year. Yeah, exactly. And that's all I'm trying to do, man. I'm not trying to kill anybody's optimism or be doom and gloom, as people say. But I just think it's important. I think it's important to keep perspective and just understand. Just reading something on Twitter. Just understand that 6-6 would be a great year. Seriously, it would be. Be a phenomenal year. Doc, been a college football fan since the late 70s. Don't recall ever a GA coming onto the field to play. It shows Beamer will pull out all the stops. I think it also shows, Doc, that we are extremely thin at quarterback. Listen, you got to think, man, if Luke Doty didn't, and that's the thing, I have people texting me, they're like, man, Zeb Norland, is he like the next thing, like this, that, whatever? I'm like, dude, if Luke Doty didn't get hurt, do you think Zeb Norland would have ever come out of the GA spot and taken snaps? I mean, would he? Would he have? So, listen, man, hey, you've seen his film. I mean, the guy can sling it. He can gyrate the piglet, as Steven Garcia said on Twitter. But realistically, man, I'll be shocked if he ever sees the field. I would be totally shocked. Honestly. So, Great Bisbee says, let the GA play. Let's see. What does the whiteboard mean, Dre asked? Yeah, so I guess it's nothing really special. Just something that kind of caught on with me and my buddies. We would just say, light the candle when South Carolina was on offense. I don't know. Just like a funny slogan. I just thought of it this morning, and I wrote it down. I texted my buddies the whiteboard image, and they got a good kick out of it. So he's like, you know what? I'll keep it. So light the candle. No, we used to say, light the candle when Carolina was on offense. So Aaron Gibson says, Chris, you were just doom and gloom. LOL, just kidding. Yeah, I mean, Aaron, again, I as I said over the weekend, you can be a positive, optimistic fan and still not think your team is going to go 12-0. You can. You most certainly can. Just because you don't pick them to go 12-0 doesn't make you doom and gloom. I'm positive. I love where the program is, where it's going, what Shane Beamer's building, but I also can look at the football team and understand what the deficiencies are and where we're going to most likely struggle. Because, again, positive energy, positive momentum, being positive, having a great attitude, those things are all great, and those are things you all need, but those things alone will not win. Those things alone. Hey, listen, guys, when I played baseball, I had a great positive attitude, and I worked my tail off, and I did all the things necessary, and I was – I positive energy, positive momentum at an all-time high, but I wasn't throwing harder than 82. I just wasn't doing it. It wasn't God-given. So, hey, you can be positive and do all those things you want, but when you line up against Georgia, you better just play good football, because if you don't, you're going to get beat. I don't care how positive you are. So that's all I'm saying. So, again, 6-6, I'm locked in on it. I think it's I feel good about it. And we'll go from there. Again, head over to the TDC questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord, by the way, to submit your questions. Let's see. Brennan M says, feels good to be back with TDC after a month of band camp. Let's roll. Rooster 75. Are we still doing the simulation tonight against Troy? Yes, 5 o'clock. Yes, 5 o'clock. I will, yes, 5 o'clock. We will do the simulation. We will play Troy at 5, then I'll head over to Shane Beamer's call-in show at 7. Jeff Sweat, Chris, did you see the comments on the Marshawn Lloyd clip from last year? It was last year's clip prior to Fall Camp 2020. Jeff, I know it was. I never said it was this year's Fall Camp. That was last year, yes. I mean, look at the clip. Ryan Helinski is in the clip. Yeah, no kidding, it was last year. Hokie for Life says, take care of Shane Beamer for us, and nice shirt. Will do, Hokie for Life. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. We've had a Clemson troll in here the last couple of days, so it felt appropriate to rock this shirt, honestly. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Marcus Satterfield and Clayton White set to speak to the media around 12:30. So we should have some good quotes coming out later today. Yeah, should have some really, really good quotes coming out later today. Justin Langford, will the call-in show be on 107.5 The Game? So, yes, 107.5 The Game. If you cannot get that, though, if you're not in Columbia, you can listen to it on the Gamecocks app. If you download that Gamecocks app, they have like a listen tab, and they play it on there every single week. So, yeah, you're able to listen to it on there as well. Doc Graybeard, your opinion on playoff expansion. I mean, I like it. I like more football, personally. I'll tell you this, though. What's the goal of the expansion, right? Because I've got a buddy that's dead set on it. He thinks playoff expansion, it has to happen, right? It needs to happen. To keep more teams interested. And I totally get where he's coming from. But I would say this, man. I don't know that I like it. I like it. Hey, from the South Carolina side of things, selfishly, I love it. You expand the playoff to 12 teams, well, hell, it gives South Carolina a better chance to get in. Bottom line, I love it. I think it would be good for the sport also to give more teams a chance, just to have more fan bases involved and feel like they have a chance longer in the season. Now, will expanding the playoff fix the Alabama-Clemson problem? Because that's what the to-do is, right? That's why everybody wants to do this. They're tired of seeing those two teams in it. I don't know that it will. I truly don't know that it will. You're probably still going to get the same result either way, be totally honest with you. Let's jump to the phone lines real quick. What's up? You're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, my man, this is Doc.
What's up, man?
I wanted to call in because I have a little different take on the playoffs.
Mm. Yeah, go ahead. Love to hear it.
Okay, so here's the thing, man. If you remember back in the 80s, I'm sorry, I'm a little older than you guys, but back in the 80s, the NCAA men's basketball was rocking and rolling. Then they expand the tourney, and then all of a sudden it becomes 2 seasons.
Mm. And
then the casual fan, maybe not the hardcore, but the casual fans only pay attention to March on. They kind of killed the regular season. And today, men's basketball is not worth near as much as far as TV rights and all that goes. And that's my concern about expanding playoffs. I mean, ESPN starts the very first day, before the games even start. Who's in? We're already talking about the playoff in game 1. And if we look at how it's gone, I mean, you had Ohio State win, and they were a 3 seed. But it's always, we could really go back to the BCS because it's been 1 or 2 win it every time except that 1 year.
Mm.
And I agree. I like more football. I just think we ought to be careful about what we ask for because they can. I think every game is precious.
So your argument is it will ruin the regular season, which is a lot of people's argument against it.
I think it could do that, especially if it gets out of hand. Like I might not be opposed to 6 or 8 teams, but when you start getting up to 12, that's so many more games for these boys to play. All the extra practices. You know, you got to remember there's the amateurs, athletes, you know.
Right.
But that's my fault.
No, yeah. Well, I was just going to say it's funny that we're talking about this because I actually watched a clip. Kirk Herbstreit went on the Pat McAfee show, and I watched a little bit of it. My buddy ended up sending me the link. His argument of why he wants it, so Kirk Herbstreit's a big advocate of the expanded play. And I know some South Carolina fans don't like him because of the Clemson. I don't know. I've always liked Kirk, whatever. I don't care. So yeah, he's fair. It is. I think he does a good job. But Kirk Herbstreit's a huge fan of the expanded playoff, and his reasoning behind it was, well, it's like you're saying, right? Like we come into the season, the conversation, nobody's even played a game. It's like, well, who's in the playoff? And there's only 4 slots. And I mean, with the preseason polls and the, like you said, predicting who's in, I mean, basically Bama, Ohio State, and Clemson, they're already penciled in already, right? So we're coming into a season, nobody else even feels like they have a chance. I mean, nobody else even feels like they have a chance to get in, So, I mean, his argument was, and I guess it goes against, I guess it's the totally opposite of like what you're saying. I know Josh Pate from 24/7 Sports, who I had on, I understand like treating the regular season as it's precious. But like on the other side, it's like it kind of sucks that if you lose one game, I mean, from that standpoint, your season's over. Your season's over. That's it. Bottom line, it's done. It's done. So, like he was mentioning, Iowa State at 7 or yeah. Go ahead.
No, listen, I agree. But the thing is, if you look at what's happened to most of the semifinal games.
Other than blowouts, yeah.
Ohio State, they're blowouts, and that's going to get even worse if you put a 1 seed. Well,
I don't disagree. I don't. If Bama played Cincinnati, they'd run them off the field. I mean, yeah, no question.
Yeah, I mean, you add this game to get demoralized and the hell beat out of you on national television. Ask Oklahoma. I mean, LSU made them. That was the worst playoff game I have ever seen as far as somebody getting manhandled. I mean, Oklahoma got ran off the field.
Yeah.
Now, of course, LSU did that to pretty much everybody that year, but 77 points in a playoff game. Come on, man, it never should be that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'll tell you this then: if you kept, and I mean, from the college football perspective, I agree with you. By the way, I think the old BCS system actually worked. I think that's what we're seeing. I think it got the 2 best teams. I think it did for the most part. I mean, every now and then there was a team that got snubbed, if you will. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I love the expanded playoffs selfishly from the South Carolina side because it's like, well, if there's 12 teams, I mean, hell, we got a better chance to get in someday, if that day comes. But realistically, I mean, how often do you go into a season and say, oh man, the team that's ranked 10th in the AP poll, man, they really got a chance to win the whole thing. Like, realistically, there are 4 to 5, maybe 6 teams every year that realistically have a shot to win the national championship. Everybody else is just playing for a bowl game.
True.
And so the harsh reality of what needs to happen in college football for the dethroning of Clemson and Alabama, everybody just needs to get better. That's it. The small teams just need to get better. In the ACC, Florida State and Miami have got to get their heads out of their asses. North Carolina's got to take the next step. Virginia Tech's got to get back. In the SEC, a program, I hate to say it, like Tennessee has to get back. Carolina's got to get back to what they were 10-13. Maybe Mizzou has to take the next step. In the West, LSU's got to be a more consistent threat. A&M's got to take the next step. That's the harsh reality, really. I mean, or let's just call it for what it is. Fan bases need to temper their expectations because, again, outside of 5 or 6 schools, you shouldn't have national championship expectations or aspirations.
Well, listen, this is the big. Josh Pate made a good point, and I'm not plugging the show or anything, but and I agree with him because I was around when Joe Morrison had us in the '80s, number 2 in the nation, and then we screw up and lose to the Navy. We were rocking and rolling, and what happens? He died suddenly, unfortunately, and then we have 2 really bad hires back to back. Mm-hmm. And so by the time Lou Holtz gets there, he goes 0-11.
Right.
But he turns it around. That's the biggest problem. The wrong people make the hiring decisions in a lot of these universities. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Tanner, but he really frustrated me with Muschamp. Didn't like the hire to begin with. Then he doubles down on him because he wins 8 games and gives him this incredible buyout for somebody like Muschamp. Who was coming to hire Muschamp?
Yeah, I mean, Tanner just really screwed that one up from a business standpoint. I mean,
He did.
truly,
That's my point.
just you can't make those kind of mistakes when there's that type of money involved. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. So
no, and he's fortunate to still have his job. I don't want him gone, but had I been his boss, I might have.
It's
really
tough to
considered
overlook that. Yeah, it's tough to overlook that.
It really is, man, because that set the program back again, very similar to what happened in the '80s. We didn't have a death, but everybody makes mistakes, man. Right? We all make them.
Right.
But make them short. Right? We knew after season 2 this wasn't going to work. His locker room was not good.
Right.
You've proven that with your interviews.
Yeah,
and,
fail fast.
If he wasn't aware of that, shame on him.
Yeah, fail fast. That's you hear a lot of entrepreneurs and successful people say that. Fail if you're going to fail, which you are going to fail, embrace it. Fail fast though. I mean, don't once you know, you know.
Yeah,
that's why. I mean, I said what I said after start of year 4, and it's just one of those things where it's like when you know, you know. When you know he's not the guy, you're just delaying the inevitable at this point. Like even bringing him back for year 5, it's just like you're just delaying the inevitable. So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, really, we knew Muschamp was likely not a head coach when he left Florida. I mean, he left that place in a mess. And if you can't go to a university like Florida and recruit well and win, you're not sure as hell not going to do it at South Carolina.
Right. I would back to the playoff thing. By the way, I would also argue this.
Yeah.
I would argue this because again, you mentioned Josh Payton. There's many others that don't want it expanded. And the regular season's so sacred, and it is, and I get it. But why do you think it is that a playoff format works in every other sport except college football? How is that possible? Because it works in every other – and I understand what the people are saying about the regular season thing and it not being as important because, I mean, I felt it this year in baseball. Again, that's much different because they play like 60 games. But at the end of the season, of course, all that matters is you get in the postseason. That's all that matters is you get in the postseason. But in college, here's the thing, man. I'll tell you that maybe it's because I'm just such a diehard fan, but when people say, "Oh, well, if you had a huge playoff, the regular season wouldn't matter." To who? To who would it not matter? Do you think fans aren't going to care anymore? You think Carolina Clemson's going to lose its luster because there's an expanded playoff? Like, even if both teams are in, it doesn't matter. They're going to want to beat the shit out of each other. So, like, I mean, you think Auburn, Alabama is not going to matter anymore? Like, I just think that argument's crazy. Like, the season still matters. Like, there's so much tradition and pageantry and pride in college football where I think it overrides everything. I mean, literally, you have people that say we could go 1-11, but if we beat Clemson, it was a successful year. So that game's going to matter no matter what. That's my only argument to the whole. The regular season won't mean anything. Well, what it'll do on the flip side, it'll keep fans interested a lot longer into the season because after they lose in week 3, they won't feel like their season's over and they have no chance to make the playoff. So I think there's just arguments both sides. Is all I'm saying.
I don't know that the playoff system actually does work in these other sports. I think the NFL has suffered from their larger playoff system. I think a lot of casual fans is who I'm talking about.
Right.
Pay little attention until it's playoff time, and ESPN does it there too. You know, they talk about the playoffs right at the very beginning of the year. They're listing who's ahead in the divisions and all. I mean, that's fine, but like I said, I mean, they actually killed the regular season for men's basketball. I still watch it, but the casual fan, I mean, the numbers show it. I mean,
well, I guess I would say the casual fan is not showing up anyways. Like, even if, I mean, you know, like Duke is going to pack. I mean, I guess Duke's an extreme example, but like there are teams that pack out their arena either. Like, I think that would just pack it out either way. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, the people that go to games anyways, that's who I'm more so talking. I guess if we're talking about people that just casually cut it on TV, but like the casual fan, I feel like it's always going to be the casual fan. The diehard's going to be the diehard no matter what.
Remember, I mean, those fans are the most important to ESPN because those are the ones that are making them money.
Right.
I mean, we got 80,000 people, hardcore fans, yeah, in the stadium, and maybe another 10,000 out party in the parking lot.
Right.
But they want the millions viewing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right.
what I'm saying. They'll put so much emphasis on, and they do it. I mean, I keep going back to basketball, but they start talking about March Madness in November.
Right.
And you start seeing commercials for that. And like I say, most people now, today, pay no attention to college basketball, pretty much, until it's March.
Right.
Because they've created 2 seasons with so many games in the tournament. And this holds true in basketball. Villanova, the 8th seed, was the lowest seed to ever win it.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of those teams just show up to get beat.
Also a great story, though.
So, anyway.
Also a hell of a story. But I mean, and again, though, from the money side of things, from the money side of things too, though, from the money side of things, like you're talking about ESPN. I mean, what's going to make more money? You know, just having 1 versus 2 play in one game, or drawing it out having 30 games. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
yeah, they're going to be behind it, no doubt.
Right.
It's more times to run commercials.
I will tell you this, man. I'm down for a 12 game. I think 8 would be perfect. 5 conference champions and 3 at larges. I'm cool with that. I don't even mind 12. I would agree, though, having like a 32 team playoff would be absurd and ridiculous. I think there's certainly a cap, but I don't think expanding outside of 4 would be like the worst thing in the world. I'll tell you this, like it seems so simple to have 5 conference champions and 3 at larges. Like if you win your conference, damn it, you should have a chance.
Yeah.
I don't, I know the argument will be, well, the Pac-12 is so weak and it might be, you know what, who gives a damn? They won the conference. Like, hey, make winning the conference mean something again. Like, why not? You know?
Yeah.
You win the
that
would
be a better way to go about it.
Right. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, hey, if it's 12-0 Bama versus 12-0 Georgia, and Bama, or Georgia, either one wins on a last-second field goal, well, you got 3 at larges if you want to see Bama in it again. I mean, I don't think anybody would debate that they should get a shot. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I mean, I can tell you this.
Really do. I mean,
no, go ahead. It's expanding for sure, whether we like it or not. It's going to expand. There's no question. It's going to expand.
The thing is, I don't mind expanding it to 8, or maybe even like you said, to 12. That's probably okay, because at 4, and this will happen, I know it will at some point. If they leave it at 4, we're gonna have 4 SEC teams in the playoff.
Yeah,
if they leave it at 4, because we just added 2 national powers.
Right. Well, yeah, you have to. Yeah, with that, you have to expand. You don't have a choice. You truly don't have a choice.
Right. I could see Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama, maybe Auburn or LSU. I mean, they could all be 1 through 5.
Yeah. Well, I'd say too, what also needs to happen, it'll never probably happen, but what needs to happen, Group of 5 needs its own playoff. Because I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Cincinnati is not playing for the same trophy as Alabama. I mean, Kirk Herbstreit, he's all gung-ho on him. And I'm not surprised, because, I mean, his job as a college football analyst is to kind of, like, keep everybody in the picture and everything and, like, keep the excitement high. But, like, Boise State, Coastal Carolina, God forbid. I mean, these Coastal people, whatever, man. Yet they had a great year last year. Coastal would get run off the field by anybody in the top 10. In a Power 5 conference. They would get run off the field.
Yeah, they don't have the depth. They may have the number 1s.
Their center last year was 5'9". 5'9". I mean, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, they would, and this used to happen to Carolina a lot when we first joined the SEC. We'd play Tennessee, we'd stay in it with them to the half. Bill Former would say, all right, quit throwing the ball, run it straight at them, and that's what would happen. They'd wear us out. And then they'd score at will, and that's why it took so long to beat somebody like Tennessee. We didn't have the depth.
Mm. Yeah.
But anyway, listen, man, I appreciate you taking my call. I know we've gone on a long time here.
No, I appreciate it, Doc. Great stuff, man. Appreciate the banter, and, call in anytime.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Thanks. Take care. Bye. Yeah, great stuff. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Certainly a polarizing topic, the college football playoff. and the expansion. What do you think? You like it? You hate it? Again, like I said, personally, you can argue both sides of it. I don't mind it. I think going to 12, especially like I said, with Texas and Oklahoma joining, that's something we're not even thinking about. With them joining in 2025, I think expansion's a must. I think you have to do it. Jay, what's going on with Amarian Brown? I haven't heard much about him. I don't know, man. They're not talking about him a ton. I don't know if he has lingering, injuries. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. Phil, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you tuning in, Phil. Keith in the TDC Questions channel of the Cock Club Discord says, first, how's your mom? And have you heard from your little brother? Yeah, my mom's great. She's just recovering from the surgery and getting better and better each and every single day. She's about to start physical therapy soon. My little brother, yeah, he's doing well. He's actually still in Missouri, so heard from him over the weekend. So Rowdy Rooster 75 says, what are your thoughts and opinions on Pastides? I think Pastides is a legend. I like Pastides. I don't have nothing but great things to say about Pastides. Phil, this daily weather report from New Hampshire, 73 degrees and raining. 73, dude, it is sunny and hot here. I can tell you that much. Keith, money is going to make the playoff expand, like it or not. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Ryan Cothran said you would still have to win games in the regular season. It's not like baseball where you play a million games. Even if you expand it to 12 games, you have to get or 12-team playoff. You got to win games in the regular season, no question. Sean O'Brien, expansion won't fix the problem, but I think most people support it because it gives more room for upsets, potentially against the annual powerhouses, and just generally more exciting football. Eric says 18 seems like a sweet spot to me. 12 seems like a money grab and just unnecessary. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, I think 12 is probably going to happen, though, I have to say. Let's see. Marcus Satterfield on when QB1 will be named. I want it done as soon as possible, as soon as someone separates themselves from the rest of the group. Could Zeb Nolan be in the mix to start? Marcus Satterfield, quote, it's potentially there. Satterfield says, quote, it's in the air. Reiterates that the Nolan conversation was already taking place before the Doty injury, and they needed to add depth. Quote, he was already engaged in the offense. I mean, is this really going to be a thing, guys? Is this really going to happen? Is Zeb Nolan going to come out of being a GA and be our star? Are we at that point? I'm not trying to discredit the kid. The coaches know best. But, dude, the guy wasn't even on the roster to start the damn camp, and we're talking about him being the starter. Am I taking loony pills right now? I mean, holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Satterfield says he has no clue if Luke Doty will be ready by September the 4th. Don't want to rush the recovery process. E.J. Jenkins back out at practice today. Thank God. Thank goodness. Sorry, guys. Just tweeting this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if I'm slamming Zeb Nolan too much, but it's like, dude, we're talking about a guy that was not even on the roster to start for. Dude, if he was that good, why would he have been a GA in the first place? What the hell are we talking about? What are we talking about? I said Zeb Nolan, Zeb Noland, by the way. My bad. Big Creek, who do you think will be starting at cornerback, safety, and nickel? So right now, I think the corners, when Cam Smith's healthy, certainly he's one of them. Sounds like Marcellus Dial would be another one. I think at nickel, Carlin Splatel's working out there, and the safeties, R.J. Roderick and either Jalen Foster or Jalen Dickerson. So. Justin Langford, if Zeb is the better man behind center to give him a shot, I'm not saying, hey, play the best guy. Play the best guy. But here's my question. How is the best guy somebody who was a GA? How's that possible, Justin? Again, I'm not saying don't play the best guy. Obviously play the best guy. Obviously. I'm just sort of like mind blown that this is actually happening. Like, I'm not even convinced that if Luke Doty didn't get injured that he would have ever put on a jersey. You know, like, Aaron Gibson, David Spalding at nickel when healthy. Okay, he was a 3-star DB. It's like almost. Oh no, we got him from Georgia Southern. That's right. That's the Georgia Southern kid. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Travis says Zeb might be Batman. Who knows? I don't know, man. I just want Luke Doty to get back healthy. Sean O'Brien, Beamer said they were discussing getting him into the quarterback room before Doty's injury due to Beamer wanting quarterback depth. It seems like the Doty injury was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Indeed, I understand. I again, and that's why I'm like not really. I mean, again, it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. I'll just be totally honest. It is hard for me to wrap my head around it. It is. I mean, just truly, I hear what Beamer was saying, though, definitely. You needed another quarterback. You can't be going out there with 3 quarterbacks. You need a 4th guy. You need more than that, really, if you could do it. But, yeah, he added him for depth. I totally get it. I'm just saying when we're starting to talk about Zeb Nolan starting and being QB1, I'm like, are we that down bad right now? Are we? I mean, holy smokes. I mean, what is going on right now? Twisted Chicken, Dial mentioned in his interview that the ones right now are him, Foster, RJ, and Rush. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going off of. Yeah, Marcellus Dial did say that. Luke RJ, JB hasn't played the Power 5 and Colton's a true freshman. Yes, I understand. I know. Luke Doty is QB1, Glenn Scott. You are correct. I mean, there's no question. When Luke Doty gets back, he is QB1. There's no doubt. Like I said, I expect Luke Doty to not play week 1. I think he'll be available week 2. I think that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Yeah, let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Hey, Justin, what's going on, man? How are you?
Doing good. How about you, Chris?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking. What's up?
Good. Hey, Chris, I was looking at some injuries yesterday for South Carolina. Listen, Chris, I hate these injuries, man. Don't you?
Yeah, of course I hate the injuries. Yeah, we can't afford them. I mean, it's South, not many teams can afford injuries, but most certainly South Carolina with your depth issues and, yeah, especially you can't afford them to your guys you're depending on. So I don't know if there's something in the water in Columbia or what's going on, but, yeah, we got to figure out a way to keep the guys healthy before September the 4th. That's for sure. So.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. And think about that, too. Look at Georgia. They have an injury, too, right, Chris?
Yeah, they're going through it also. I don't know what's going on. So, I mean, listen, injuries is a part of football, and they're going to err on the side of caution when it comes to, guys being hurt or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. There have been a lot of injuries on the Georgia side of things.
Yep, I agree, Chris. And think about that. And Chris, think about Georgia. They didn't have enough power to win a championship with when you lose these key players,
Yeah, I mean, Clemson might be the luckiest team in college football in the fact they play them week 1 and they're just dropping like flies in Athens. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not at Georgia's camp. I don't cover Georgia, so it's hard to say. But, we just got to pray that we can stay healthy. It's the biggest thing. We got to pray we can stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. And Chris, we talked about the quarterback, the graduate quarterback who transferred to South Carolina. I can't remember his name.
Are you talking about the grad transfer, Jason Brown, or are you talking about the new grad assistant guy?
Yeah, that grad assistant guy. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, Zeb Nolan. Is that who you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, well, I mean, as of now, dude, listen, he was added because we only had 3 quarterbacks and we need the depth and we need more reps. Again, man, I mean, listen, I understand. I watched this film. The guy played at Iowa State, could sling it a little bit for sure. Played at North Dakota State this spring. It's kind of just puzzling to me if he was that good. Why was he a GA and not on the roster already? I don't really know what to think of it, to be honest with you, Justin, because it blows my mind to even think he could be even in the consideration to be starting for the football team. I mean, I don't want to like just totally crap on the guy, and I'm not trying to, but it seems like a bonkers situation. Like it seems like a very bonkers situation. Again, thank God Luke Doty is going to be healthy. He's going to be okay. He probably won't play week 1, but it's not like a thing that's going to keep him out forever. So Luke Doty is this team's starting quarterback. Whoever starts week 1, you know what their job's going to be? Give the freaking ball to the guy behind you at running back. Don't do anything stupid and don't turn it over and we'll go win. That's it. You don't need to do anything special. You're not the starter. Luke Doty is. Just don't screw it up. That's it. I don't care who's behind center. Just don't mess it up. So that's bottom line.
Yeah.
This Zeb Nolan stuff, man, is just frustrating. It is because, I'm already frustrated because Luke Doty's hurt. And then we're literally people texting me, they're actually talking about a guy who was a freaking GA to start fall camp being the starting quarterback. I mean, my God, what point is the roster at? Like, is the roster, are we like at that point in the roster where we're reaching for grad assistants to come play quarterback? Again, nothing against Zeb Nolan at all. Maybe he'll go out there and win the freaking Heisman. I don't know. But Luke Doty is this team's starting quarterback. That's who I'm going to focus on at quarterback. Whoever plays and starts game 1, it's honestly irrelevant because Luke Doty is this team's starting quarterback. So we're going to win either way, bottom line. So I don't know. Maybe Zeb Nolan can do some nice things. Maybe he plays week 1. Maybe he doesn't. I have no idea.
Yeah, Chris, I agree with you there, Chris. And the thing about this is, look, I kind of fussed y'all way, but Chris, let's pray this guy's not caught here,
See, I think that's what fans are most scared of, right? Is that it's going to be people just hopefully it's not a Colin Hill situation where. Well, and what does that? I'll ask you, Justin. What does that even mean? What does that mean that some guy just comes out of nowhere and takes the starting job? What does that mean to you? Like, what is a Colin Hill situation? What is that defined as?
Hey, Chris, it's all over again. I mean, it's not good. I mean, we haven't seen much to say about the guy,
Yes. I think fans are scared. I think fans are scared that this unknown, out of left field dude is going to come in and dethrone, Luke Doty, this highly recruited player, to be the starting quarterback. It's not going to happen. Luke Doty is this team's starting quarterback when healthy. He's just going to miss the first game. Whatever. Is what it is. And once Luke, I'm sorry, Zeb Nolan could go throw for 500 yards in week 1. But once Luke Doty's healthy, he's his team's starting quarterback. He's not going to lose his job to injury. He's not going to do it. And yeah, so I mean, he's this team's starting quarterback, bottom line. So just play the guy that gives you, again, that can run. Just play the guy, honestly, in week 1 that can just run the offense. That's literally it. Because you're not going to have to do anything special. You're not. So.
Yeah. And Chris, I totally agree, man. And the thing about this is you don't want to be in that situation like you did last with the Mike Bobo situation, remember?
Yeah, no, who can forget the Mike Bobo situation, for sure.
Yeah, and we saw what happened to Holinsky, remember?
Oh, yeah. Who can forget? Like I said, I mean, again, I want to make it very clear. Like, I'm not trying to slam the Zeb Nolan kid. I'm not. And again, Shane Beamer said it a couple of days ago. Hey, we needed depth at the quarterback position. This doesn't speak to our quarterback room and where we are, but we just needed a guy to come in. We need reps for our other guys. And I agree with him because 3 quarterbacks on a roster is simply not enough. But then we got people trying to build this momentum of like, oh, man, Zeb Nolan, he's going to be the starter. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, it's insanity to me. Like, it's just like mind-blowing. Like, fans are always looking to the next guy. That's the savior right there. That guy right there, he's the savior. Just saddle in that Luke Doty's the guy. Period. Point blank. Bottom line.
Yeah, Chris, and that's my guy. And you know what? Luke Doty's gonna be healthy, and no matter what happens, he's still gonna be a star.
The best version of this offense, the best version of this offense and the best version of this football team is with Luke Doty under center. Period, point blank, bottom line. Again, that's not me pulling for Luke Doty to be QB1 because, people ask me, who do you want to start? Well, the guy I want to start is whoever gives us the best chance to win. If that is Jason Brown, if that is Colton Gauthier, God forbid if that's Zeb Nolan. God bless his heart. Start him. But in my opinion, because of his skill set and what we are going to do offensively and where our strengths and weaknesses are, this team, the best version of this team and the best version of this offense is with Luke Doty under center. And I don't think it's even close. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. And Chris, he's the best option we have right now,
Yes, I agree. That's why there's a reason he was named QB1. Period, point blank, in discussion. Heck, I'm going to Carolina Calls, and I might ask Coach Beamer. Coach Beamer, are we serious? Are we actually going to start Zeb Nolan? No, I wouldn't ask him. But no, it's again, Shane Beamer addressed it. I know Marcus Satterfield speaking right now. Again, they want to promote competition. I totally get it. Again, I've said it once. I'll say it again, guys. I'd be shocked if Zeb Nolan sees the field at South Carolina. I would be totally shocked. But hey, you know what? It's Gamecocks football, so I think the shocking happening is par for the course at this point. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Hey, Chris, before I go, man, I got something to tell you, man. Hey, Chris, we got to hope Shelby gets a 6 wins this season,
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the goal, man. That's the goal. Get to 6 wins, get to a bowl game, be a great first year. No question. I've predicted it. I'm locked in with it. I feel good about it, but certainly, man, yeah, getting to 6 wins. I mean, again, you're a program that's won a combined 6 games in the last 2 seasons. Getting to 6-6 or better, be a phenomenal first year for Coach. And I think it's very possible.
Oh, yeah. And Chris, like I said, we don't have Jimmy Jones right now because, look, we're going to compete with Georgia for a game one day, right, Chris?
You said we're going to compete with Georgia when?
I mean, we're going to compete with Georgia Florida one day, we just don't have Jimmy Jones right now.
I mean, I think we could even compete with Florida at home this year. Like I said, I think that's the game. If you look at the most likely big upset would be Florida, but no, realistically, you're correct. Yeah, realistically, the Georgias, the A&Ms, the Clemsons, unfortunately, yeah, we got to go recruit, man. We got to get some big-time ball players. Bottom line. That's it. Recruiting, Jimmy's and Joe's win games. Shane Beamer, I keep trying to say, he's a coach. He's not a miracle worker. So, guys, you've seen on this roster already what they've shown you. Hey, I agree there's going to be some guys that we see more out of them, and we're going to see these coaches get the most out of them. But some of these guys just are who they are, my guy. It don't matter who the hell the coach is. It could be Nick Saban coaching them. It don't matter. Some of these guys are going to be who they are. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, you got to go recruit, and it's okay. It's okay, but it's just where the program is. You got to go recruit. Shane Beamer's doing that. Yes, I think you'll get back to the point sooner rather than later where you are competing with those teams. So, but this year, beat the teams you're supposed to beat, win half your swing games, get to a bowl game, successful year one.
Oh, yeah. And Chris, the thing about this area could not win at soccer,
Yeah, no, for sure. Dude, yeah, I'm just ready for kickoff, man. At this point, we have so many question marks, not enough answers. We'll get them September the 4th and beyond. I'm ready for kickoff at this point. I'm just ready for kickoff, dude. I'm ready for kickoff.
Yeah, me too, Chris. Yeah, I'm ready too, brother. Well, Chris, that's all I have to say, man.
All right, man. Sounds good. Hey, I appreciate you, Justin. Thanks so much.
You have a good day, my brother.
Thanks, man. You too. Take care. Great stuff, guys. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. It says Chris FYI. Go Cox. Go Cox. Who? Yes, go Cox indeed. Thank you for texting that. Let's see. Why do we have such a hard time recruiting quarterbacks? Always a struggle. That's from a text there on the text line. I don't know. Somebody else texted in, after seeing a Publix bag boy take the reins, Zeb getting playing time wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Aaron Gibson says thinking Perry Orth would start a game at USC was insanity until it happened. The difference with Perry Orth in this, Perry Orth actually walked on the team and was on the roster for a couple of years before he ever got that opportunity. Do you guys realize Perry Orth walked on in 2013? He was on the team for like 2 years before it ever happened. I mean, we're talking about a situation where the guy literally was a GA and joined the team over the summer, and we're just pulling him off the coaching staff to come take snaps. I mean, I don't want to be doom and gloom. But again, guys, this is why I keep saying, though, please have perspective on this 2021 season. This is why you tune into this show. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to agree with it. It's totally fine. I'm going to give you the truth serum, though. Again, I want to preface this with this. I'm locked in at 6-6. Feel great about 6-6. I think you have every opportunity to get to 6-6. You got to beat ECU week 2. As long as you do that, though, and I think you will, you can get to 6-6. But guys, keep expectations realistic, because I mean, do you hear the conversations we're having? We're depending on a GA at quarterback. We're depending on an FCS transfer at this spot. We're depending on a Delaware transfer at this spot. We're depending on a Georgia State transfer at this spot. We're depending on a 2-star at this spot. I mean, for the love of God, man, you got to have good players to go win games. And right now, the roster is not there to go win 8 games. That's all I'm trying to say. You have good football players too. Big-time football players, the Marshawn Lloyds, the Kevin Harrises, the Jordan Birches, the Zach Pickens, the JJs, the everybody, you have some big-time players. But, yeah, I'll be honest with you, it's a little unsettling. We are depending on so many guys from lower-level schools, for example. Like, that's unsettling to me. That's unsettling. It is. If that's being negative, so be it. But it's worrisome. It is. It's worrisome. That's all I'm trying to say is the roster, hey, positive momentum, positive energy, what Shane Beamer's doing, great. But the roster is what it is. And he's a coach. He's not a miracle worker. So don't ask him to perform miracles in year 1. Winning 8 games, folks, that is a miracle. That's not realistic. That would be a miracle. Just ride with the punches and buckle up. That's what I tried to say on the show today about the auspicious start to fall camp, is that, man, this year, hey, Shane Beamer, Marcus Satterfield, Clayton White, they're just trying to piece this thing together, man. They're trying to piece this thing together the best way they can to go win 6 games. That's it. Travis Ford, and by the way, I'm not saying Zeb Noland is QB1. I'm not, because I don't think he will be. No chance he will be, actually. But what I'm saying is, like, the fact we are even having this conversation, that's why it, like, you see me, like, flustered. I'm like, I can't believe we're even having this conversation. How are we having this conversation? So, anyways. No, Justin Langford going 8-4 is not a possibility. I'm just going to break the news to you. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a realistic possibility. Hey, Justin, going 12-0 is a possibility. If you want to go there, going 12-0 is a possibility. And again, I'm not trying to kill anybody's hopes and dreams before the season even starts, but I'm just saying I don't want people to be set up with these aspirations of 8 wins and 9 wins, and then something happened and your dreams get crushed. Phil in the CDC questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord. Before we get out of here, I apologize. I didn't even have it pulled up. Phil says, what should I have for lunch today? I don't know, Phil, a sandwich. Something vegan. I have no idea. Zeb Noland equals Colin Hill, he also says. He also says, how's a kid that came in the program in June fighting for the starting job? How bad are the backup quarterbacks? I don't know, man. I don't know. Bryant Hughes, still waiting on your – I'll get in touch with you, Brian, because you should have had your shirt already. Rowdy Rooster 75, I believe Texas and Oklahoma waited to see if the playoffs are going to be a 12-team playoff before deciding to join the SEC. Yeah. They definitely joined knowing that the playoff would expand, no question. David Barnes, Lloyd and Harris are most like what former duo? Boyd Davis, Lattimore Miles, Davis Wiles, Dowdle Feaster, or other. Man, I just think they're their own kind. It's hard to compare them. You know what I mean? So, Let's see. One last thing and we'll get out of here. One last text. With regards to Eastern Illinois, I think we'll struggle offensively throwing the ball and end up running the ball a lot and chewing the clock. And Eastern Illinois will have a few good drives early before our defense settles in, and they'll score at the end to get to 14 points. Prediction, 38-14 South Carolina. This texter's predicting 5-7, 2-6 in the SEC. I think that's very realistic. Ty Lockwood committed to Ohio State. So no news there. All right, Ty Lockwood committed to Ohio State. All right, guys, it's 1 o'clock. We're going to get out of here. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. An electric show today, folks. An electric show as we rock and roll through fall camp. Guys, like I said, quick reminder, podcast dropped this morning, episode 482, talking kickers and punters, also talking about fall camp updates, everything going on, also your listener questions, and a fantastic Throwback Thursday interview, if you will, with former Gamecock quarterback and current tight ends coach, Eric Kimry. Really, really good stuff, guys. Go check that out again. Stay tuned for all the content. Also, guys, quick reminder, tomorrow, Rita's Folly Beach will be live there, live on location, 5 to 7. My good friend Cox by 90. Be sure to come on out or tune in to that as we'll be streaming that live right here. You guys know the drill. Again, guys, have a great rest of your Thursday. Appreciate you all tuning in. We'll talk to you